we're gonna do the entire Mojave Road. That's over 100 miles of off-roading. I don't expect there to be any crazy obstacles this trip, but that's also kind of not the point, because we got sights to see, places to be, and there's a lot of historic value on the Mojave Trail. The meet time this morning is 7 a.m., but we didn't really want to rush in the morning, so we came last night. And there's already like 13 or so cars here. We're expected to be over 30, maybe 40 vehicles. But when we're actually on the trail, it's probably better to stay in groups of 7 or less, just to keep things more organized, and if there's any trail traffic, then people can come on through. So I guess now we're just waiting for everyone to roll in. Probably gonna go use the restroom in nature real quick, and we're right here next to the Balancing Rock, doing some vlogging. I believe this is called the Balancing Rock Campground. I mean, there's quite a lot of space here for a lot of vehicles. We're only taking up one side of it so far, but I'm just here on the rock and I can see there's more space on the other side. So this is it's a pretty nice staging area if you're gonna do the Mojave Road. Yeah, so I was totally mistaken. After walking around and playing around these rocks, the rock I was next to was actually not Balancing Rock. It's way up there. That one's the Balancing Rock, I think. There's a whole bunch of rocks up here, but that looks like, if I were to name that rock, that one would be named the Balanced Rock. Yeah, it's definitely this one. Definitely this one.
We're all early birds in the desert. The sun just won't let you sleep in. Let's go meet up with everyone at the trailhead. This trail ride was organized by John from John DZ Adventuring in the CrossOverlanding Event Hub. Big shout out to the huge turnout. After many email exchanges and $91, John got us the permit to drive with over 7 vehicles. Good man. And all sorts of vehicles from crossovers to full-size trucks joined us on this run. If you want to ignore the right lines, 4-wheel drive and high clearance will be required for this trail as suggested by the MPS. Otherwise, 2-wheel drive with high clearance, recovery gear, and a buddy with 4-wheel drive will go a long way. It's the beginning of our 3-day road trip down a single road, the Mojave Road. First stop, Fort Paiute.
So we're finally out here rolling on the Mojave Road. Got over 100 miles ahead of us. Let's get started. Here we are at Fort Paiute. This place, you can see there's greens over there. There's actually a water source up in the middle of the desert, right? Which is why this area is so which makes it significant, which is why they wanted to protect this area, which is why they fought over this area. There's water. There's an oasis here. So let's check out the remains of Fort Paiute.
The fort is cool, so don't destroy it. Remember that these are remains. Don't go abusing the rocks and tearing up the area. So history wasn't my favorite subject, but I can truly appreciate being here and hope you can as well. Deserts are defined by a scarcity of water, so it comes as a real surprise when greenery appears. I can only imagine different Indian tribes fighting over this area and what sort of turmoil happened right beneath our very feet.
It's crazy to see how much green is out here, middle of the desert. Yeah. So this is what they're fighting for, right? The water source. So they had a fort around it. This was a treasured area for them. Pretty awesome out here. Definitely a good stop if you're gonna be going along the Mojave Road. Did you guys see the Costco parking lot?
God, there's a lot of us. Love the variety.
The Mojave Trail is not all that difficult, but once in a while you'll run into things like this.
We took on the Mojave Road near the end of April. Everything is hard packed, traction is plentiful. Come during the wrong season and you can get hard stuck in a lake and even hydrolocked through water crossings. All here on the Mojave Road. Our pack included a mix of modified crossovers, SUVs, and trucks. Before taking on the Mojave Road, know that you need to first get to the trail, then do about 150 miles of off-roading or more if you explore and detour as we do. Extra fuel might be good to have. Lower tire pressures might be nice for comfort. 3 days were scheduled out to complete the entire trail at an easygoing, sightseeing pace. So grab a drink and relax. Gather some ideas for your very own Mojave road trip. We've got a lot ahead of us. Shout out to the Borderline fam. I'm so happy I got to meet some of you on this trip. Join the family and subscribe today. Your encouragement and positivity make all the difference when we go outdoors, hit some trails, and share stories at camp. You guys rock. Along the way there will be several optional harder lines to take. Just take them for fun. Play within reason and stay on the trail. Does it get any better than this? We're outdoors with the boys, driving our toys. Emotions are high in the Mojave skies. What could go wrong?
Now it's not turning over. It's just shut
No
like
fuel.
Well, here we go again, Toyota dependency, right? It was Hui, it was Randy, it was myself, and now it's Tim. The part in suspect is the fuel pump, because it stuttered a little bit, sputter, sputter, stall. And every time we try to turn it on, we're not hearing it prime anymore. So, I mean, I'm just reading over some electrical things, seeing if there's anything we might be able to replace. Otherwise, I don't know, we're in the desert. First thing is first, get the vehicle off the trail and make a plan. We're currently on a hilly section and there will be several ascents and descents before making it back to the flatter dirt roads all the way back to the pavement. Interesting scenario, looks like we're gonna pull the LX up the hill. Here we go, here we go. At first we had to pull the LX forward on the trail to a point where we had enough space for a multi-point U-turn, utilizing gravity as much as we could. It's always good not to travel alone, right? So we have an issue with the vehicle right now. We need to get the vehicle to an area where a tow truck can come and pick him up. So we're gonna have one vehicle escort him there. Now, for the returning vehicle, that would be Nori's Jeep, we're gonna have Dave escort us back. So we're gonna go back together. Should be fun. Alright, so he's doing his downhills alone, and his uphills he's gonna get pulled up on.
Oh man.
That way there's least amount of risk so he doesn't crash into, you know, the leading vehicle. we're still out here. We're trying to pull the LX470 to somewhere where a tow truck can reach it. It's not too far. I mean, it's farther than I can see out. We're right into those mountains way back there. But now you can see there's right straight in front, the highway's right there. And we're rolling again. This is actually one of the few times in my life I'm able to drive a GX. Thanks, Dave. Alright, the rescue is a wild success. We're right here by the highway again, so tow truck should have no issues coming down on this road. Awesome!
Now that all is well, it's time to play catch up to the group.
Alright, the tail group pretty much caught up with the other group. They just headed on to the next site, but we did see them here. And amidst all these Joshua trees, there's one of them that has a can. It's the penny tree. Check it out, we got some other people making deposits right now.
Do you believe in magic? Life is just so much more fun if you do. Drop a penny into the can and make a wish. I'm pretty sure the Mojave Genie accepts most form of cash payment, be it the US penny, Canadian dollars, pesos, yen. It's just one of the oddities along the Mojave Road. Are you curious about what I wished for? No more broken fuel pumps. It's a wonderful drive through this desert forest of Joshuas, easygoing, scenic, and smooth. Many Joshua trees later, we stumbled upon the abandoned settler's house.
We made it to some abandoned house. It's kind of cool here. Just remember not to bring all 100 of your friends, alright? My only concern is the exposure. Right? Okay, cool. So we're in an abandoned house. Whoa, there's a lot of bees. I'm not sure if the camera can pick it up, but ain't no way I'm walking in that room. Whoa, bees are around me, bees are around me. Time to book, time to book, time to book. Running, running. Kind of cool. We found a little chimney section. Looks like this is a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom. The market price going for this right now is I don't know, man. You want to deal with bees? There's a bunch of bees in there. Don't die. This looks, I mean, I know it's called an abandoned settler's house, but doesn't this look a little too modern for you? Yeah, what's the address here? How long does it take for Amazon to ship here? How do they get food here? Where's the nearest Costco? You gotta ask the important questions.
This was a cool stop. We still have to make it to camp and moved onwards. Next stop, Watson's Wash.
What is everyone looking at here? Why did everyone step out of their vehicles? We just got outside the Joshua Tree Forest and we're at some wash that's supposed to have a gnarly descent. Let's see how gnarly it is.
Very nice, I like it.
It's got character, I like it.
Whoa,
Just
wrong
like
line.
that, slow.
Bad line.
Keep
Bad
coming
line.
slow.
Bad line.
Good,
Bad
good.
line.
Perfect.
Bad line.
Oh my.
Bad line. Bad line.
Yeah.
Oh my God, who is that guy?
There you go.
Okay, so the ruts, I mean, fair ruts if you take the wrong line. It's gonna be kind of gross. There's some people that stack rocks here,
but at least you're going downhill. So I'd say this is kind of like Mogul Hill, but going downhill.
I think Nori was chanting, bad line, as this line might incur some vehicular damage. But man, that was exciting to watch. The group before us went full send and took the hardest line down. Each captain can steer his ship the way he wants. We opted for an easier descent, and you can too. The group that headed down before us were fearless. It is much steeper than it appears on camera. Not all of our crew headed down Watson's Wash, as there was an optional bypass by staying on the Mojave Road. This is more of an offshoot.
Yeah, keep coming, you're good. Hell yeah. Bucket Foot Ranger! Foot Ranger! There we go. Good shit. Perfect. Slow. Nice and slow. You're good. I would straighten it out a little bit.
Alright, back to our group. There's a line on the left that looks less terrifying, sidestepping the moguls and saving our rocker panels and rear bumpers. Here goes Nori. Line looks pretty nice and flat. Well, flatter. Great driving, Nori. Those 35s and lift look great on the JT. It's always a confidence booster when the first vehicle makes it down without issues. Proof that the line works? Check. Confidence boost? Check. Next up, Mac from the American Intake YouTube channel. If you want to watch some Japanese overlanding content, be sure to check out his channel. Today, he brought the big girl. Hello, Tundra. She's a brick house. Mac has a lot of gear and a higher center of gravity. Line choice will be especially important for him. Awesome driving, Mac. Not a problem for you.
Yeah. Awesome.
Dave and Mari coming down in the Lexus GX. Toyota power. I love his confidence when driving off-road. Safe speed for the descent. A wheel lift here and there, making it look easy. His name is also Dave. Rolling in the deep, bringing that Jeep down with finesse. It's always scary watching someone with a heavy foot off-road, and always pleasant to see some brake and throttle control. Nice driving, brother. If you watch our channel enough, you know Randy loves to hit obstacles and gain experience anytime he can with the 4Runner. No bypassing the wash for him. Down Watson's Wash he goes. Nice descent, Randy. Thanks for always sweeping the caravan. Rocker panels safe. Everyone's happy. Moving on.
Exciting! From an off-roading perspective, I guess that was the most difficult obstacle we've come across on the Mojave Road. And now we ended up at another rock house. Check it out, this one is more intact. I think the property value must be a little higher.
So is that the road you came down?
Okay. Bullet hole. Interesting. Chimney's still intact. But it looks like there's some screens to keep the bugs, to keep the rodents out. Let's see what else we got here. Back entry. Ooh, back entry. Is the door locked? Unfortunately, yes, door locked. I don't, maybe they want to keep people like me out of there. Pipes, okay. Kind of broke the screen there. Don't worry, don't mind. Side door, we got side entry here. And we got electrical, so, I mean, I don't think we can go in. What is this? Is this locked? Let's see. All right, tis locked. Tis locked. Okay, I mean, yeah, I guess the description is accurate. Rock house, it is a rock house. Abandoned house, I mean, okay, it's just so intact. I don't know if I like it, but the good news is that their vault toilet's about 30 seconds away. And those would be the only vault toilets along the Mojave Road. Should you get lucky and pass by here and need to respond to nature's call, you can give nature a fine answer. Let's move on. Okie dokie, we made it to camp. And everyone's making meat. You can smell it from this whole area. It just smells like meat. It's great. It's wonderful. So this is gonna be camp tonight. There's something looking like 20 or so vehicles here right now. And over the weekend, there's going to be more people coming. But check it out, we have a pretty big space here. Fits everybody. Fits everybody, fits everybody. Kinda nice. And we got a big rock right here. I don't know if it's gonna block wind or deflect wind our way. And we got a nice sunset. Wow.
And set did the sun. I'm so glad to have shared camp with some of you watching this video right now. We shared great food, namely meat, and enjoyed the night away.
No, I got called a YouTuber. Dang it.
Hey, it's the morning, and I mean, when you're outside, every morning's kind of really beautiful, right? Unless it's like raining or something. The sounds that I hear are not so much birds, not so much howling of the wind, but more of people snoring, because there's just so many of us. We are, as of last night, it was 29 strong, so we have 29 vehicles out here, and it's gonna be a little hectic. I think we're gonna have to break into smaller groups. Yeah, for sure we're gonna have to break into smaller groups for this. Half the Mojave Trail's done. We are 57-ish miles in. We have today and tomorrow to finish the Mojave Trail. So we've covered a lot of ground, and that's good. That means we get to spend time looking at features along the way. Many places to be, many sights to see.
Waking up outdoors just rocks. I usually wake up early and walk around camp, check out what we missed in the daylight, because usually we roll into camp near sunset, and then we just start cooking and setting up sleeping quarters. Desert plants are both scary and spiky, yet beautiful. Leftover food is also beautiful, and always a sight for morning eyes. Wrap whatever you can in a tortilla and call it breakfast. A breakfast for champions, just for us.
So it's actually happening. We're taking off. What we were talking about earlier about splitting up all 30 vehicles into smaller groups, that's happening as well. So we're gonna split up into 3 10-vehicle groups and then head out in a staggered formation so that we're not all clustered up in one spot.
Alright, it's finally time for our group to go. Now, the Mojave Trail, it's not really all that difficult, but some sections have these whoops, have these corrugations where either you have to speed up or slow down, especially for these whoop sections.
It's actually kind of fun. Go too fast and you'll feel it. Go too slow and you'll feel it. There's a natural, optimal speed to roll at going over whoops, depending on your suspension setup and wheelbase. Once you find your rhythm, stick to it and roll over the terrain. Otherwise, you'll be in an awkward, offbeat situation being thrown around the cabin and bottoming out your suspension. This morning, weather's looking good. Doesn't look too hot. We're on our way to the Mojave Mailbox. Let's see what awaits us there. Hey Mari, you waiting for the mailman? He's not coming to this mailbox. Check in on paper and check out the mailbox. Be sure not to leave without first exploring the area. You'll come across something interesting, I promise. The oddities along the Mojave Road. They are always changing as people keep redecorating and rearranging according to each theme. Should you decide to drive 11 more miles and you'll end up on another planet. Aiken Mines are made up of volcanic red rocks, and here lies a fun relic to explore. Relic as in the 1980s and the 1990s. The mining operation abruptly shut down in 1990 and they walked away, leaving cool equipment to explore. And lots of it.
Alright, Aiken Mines is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. We saw a couple remains, and this is actually one of the larger mines that I've seen that just has a lot of stuff here to explore. Worth a visit.
I swear, never a dull moment. Headed towards our next site, we end up doing a quick spare swap in alignment to get the GX rolling again. Inside Mac's Tundra, you'll find a full-size jack and every other overland goodie you can dream of. Thanks, Mac.
No, it shouldn't be that tight though. Oh,
Losing stuff.
Right by the mines, the famous lava tubes. Hands down, one of the coolest sights we visited this trip. It gets dark and rocky, so watch your head.
cool. Sorry, I'm in a shadow. We're at the lava tubes. Pretty cool. It's an awesome experience down in the lava tubes. Because airflow is so limited, I wouldn't recommend kicking up lots of dust. Just saying, love the lava tubes. We also have an Instagram. It's where we drop photos from our trips. Be sure to follow us there and keep in touch, yeah? We're at camp, and camp is a bit windy. And once in a while we get a little bit of a dust in the mouth. It's a desert experience. It's so windy we got tents collapsing on themselves. Mother Nature cannot be tamed. She guided wind into camp that night, and it was not pleasant. But then again, it's all part of the experience. Hey, good morning. It is the last morning, and everyone's just kind of getting ready right now to take off. Everyone seems to be awake. I mean, if you're not awake, then you're a pretty heavy sleeper. Last night was really windy, but when it counted, when it was time to sleep, the wind died down. Lucky for us. Today we've got just a little bit more of the Mojave Road to hit. We're gonna hit up, let's see, Traveler's Monument. Gonna read the plaque, not share it with you guys. Probably go into Spooky Cave, do the water crossing, and done. Before setting out, we handed out taquitos to raise morning morale. You gotta cross Soda Lake to get to Traveler's Monument. If it storms and this area gets muddy, this section becomes impassable. Also, careful when hauling there, staying on the trail and keeping an eye out for the ruts. Somewhere along the way in Soda Lake is Traveler's Monument. It's a pile of rocks. The idea is you add to the pile and climb it to read the message on the plaque up top. Only those who make it here can read it. It's a deep, deep message we all need to hear. So we're on top of the plaque now, and you cannot read what the plaque says unless you come up here yourself. So far the Mojave Road's been, it's been interesting. Obstacle-wise, it's not that type of a trip where you're just hunting for obstacles and trying to make it over through the obstacles. We went through a lot. This is a soda lake bed. This looks like a dry lake bed. We went through Joshua trees, we went through sand dunes, and we're about to, at the end there's going to be a river crossing, a rocky section. So you kind of see it all here on the Mojave Road, and I'm glad I got a chance to partake in it. You really get to see everything on the Mojave Road. You come to this sandy section where you can pick your own adventure. There are multiple ways through this section, but if you don't want to get lost, you can follow piles of rocks. Little stacked rocks will take you home. All right, let's ask Nori, how's the Mojave Trail so far?
It's hot. It's fun though. Right now we're going through a lot of loose sand, a lot of soft sand, so we're waiting on some people to make sure everyone's okay, no one's getting stuck, no car troubles, because it's pretty warm out here. But other than that, lots of fun.
You heard the man. Lots of fun.
Are you guys behind me?
Okay, the Mojave Bridge. Is this called the Mojave Bridge or the Afton Bridge? There's a train that runs right on top of me, and everyone takes their pictures here with their vehicles underneath the railway. Unfortunately, there's too many vehicles, so we can't fit everyone in one row, but that's okay. I think we get the concept of it. Put your vehicles under the bridge, take a picture, do it for the gram. Here you are back at Spooky Canyon. We'll see how far we go this time, but if you haven't been here, you're gonna walk through some canyons. You'll end up in a cave, And it's best if you go through the cave without any lights on, because then you'll get the full experience of Spooky Canyon. You'll get the spooks. Be careful, and it'll be worth it in the end. Let's check it out. Spooky Canyon. It's getting darker and darker, spookier and spookier. We're losing light as we speak, until it eventually hits darkness, and then you guys won't be able to see anything.
I've got a special place in my heart for a spooky canyon. I'm no rock climber, and a bit out of touch with fitness for the past few years. It's a mental and physical challenge to climb these rocks, especially at times when there isn't any rope to assist you near the top. Overcoming a challenge means a lot. It's a breakthrough for some of us, an accomplishment that supersedes overlanding through teamwork and encouragement. With real danger if we end up falling too.
We're all laughing, but honestly I can barely hold up the camera right now.
I'll do Foley artist. Hey, I'll do Foley artist again.
We just made it. We're finally out of the spooky canyon. Got the spooks out of the way.
Gosh, temperature, right?
Still a nice day.
Traveling together around 150 miles off-road, overcoming challenges, and exploring together only increase the bond within this group. We're borderline brothers now. Who knew? A simple thing like uploading some YouTube videos brought me friends I can now trust dearly.
Wow, that was a great water crossing. See anything missing? Now Mario's gotta, I guess, roll up his, get his feet wet so he can go find it.
Redemption, but I lost the license plate. I ain't gonna go in there and get it.
We savored these final water crossings. There are so many fun memories made with this group. Thank you for coming out. Special thanks to John from John DZ Adventuring and the CrossOverlanding Event Hub for organizing this trip. And a final thanks to the Borderline fam, especially those who joined us for the entire Mojave Road. Till next time.